Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Take Three podcast. As always, my name is Alex, and I'm joined by my co-host Brandon, and we're here to discuss the NBA Finals. We just got off a crazy Game 5 as the Bucks won in Phoenix, 123 to 119, to take a 3-2 lead and head home to Milwaukee with a chance to win the championship on their floor. So I'm just going to go ahead and let Brandon jump into it. What were your thoughts watching this game?
After the first quarter, it felt like, okay, this is like it's gonna be a blowout. It felt like it was gonna be a blowout. And then yeah, it just felt like it was on the script, right? It was gonna be the Suns win game five at home. It goes back to Milwaukee and then they have a shot to close it out. And then we'd see what happens when we get to Milwaukee. Likely Milwaukee holds home court and then we're back in Phoenix for game seven. But then yeah, then the second quarter happened. I mean, Milwaukee got out and going, got on a run and just really never looked back. They seized control of the game and kind of did their thing. The Suns looked out of sorts, not really playing Suns basketball. It felt like just the pick and roll ISO ball. Devin Booker running a screen with DeAndre Ayton up top and just kind of finding his shot, or if they got the mismatch rate and they would kick it down to Ayton. But it just never felt like they were playing just that ball movement and working the ball around. Bridges only shot 6 times. Crowder got his 7 shots up, but it just felt like, I mean, finally the Bucks, 3 guys, and of course finally Drew Holiday. This is what they traded 2 first-round picks for, right? It was finally Game 5 of the NBA Finals. He hasn't really been great all series. I mean, he's done other things, but it's kind of like, when are you going to start scoring, and when are you going to start really contributing so this team can take off? And tonight he did that, right? He took off. He gave him 27 points on 12 of 20 with 13 assists. Chris Middleton showed up again on 12 of 23. Just it's very efficient efforts out of both of them. And then obviously Giannis did his thing. He looked tired early. It's weird. I mean, this is 5 games in a row where he looks kind of out of sorts, but he was doing a good job of being just like the third guy really when he was going through the stretch of the entire dishing the ball out and still contributing to the team and not really taking away from the team. His free throws at the end, I mean, that's kind of worrisome. I think he missed like 3 in a row. Definitely the 2 that were big that really kind of let the Suns have a legit shot, but then Drew Holiday gets his hand in there and really seals the deal. Yeah, and Chris Paul, man. I mean, Chris Paul, he picked it up, but I think at least off the top of my head, there was 2 stupid fouls. Obviously, the last one, and then there was one with like 3 seconds left in the shot clock where he hits Middleton in the face. It's like, Chris Paul, you've been in the game for how long now? Like, that's something I expect out of Bridges or like a rookie. I don't expect that out of Chris Paul in an NBA Finals.
Yeah, I would agree completely. I think you hit the nail on the head. Chris Paul was better, but yeah, those are inexcusable fouls. The alley-oop to Giannis at the end, just let Giannis go up and take it. Like, just don't touch him because that he missed a free throw, and then you knew it was going the Bucks' way when they got that offensive rebound and it went right into Middleton's hands. It was just kind of felt like it was the Bucks' night. But the Suns came out hot. They doubled up on them at one point in the first quarter, 32 to 16. And Devin Booker was playing well. Ayton showed up. Like, the Suns played really good basketball to start, but in the third quarter, it just kind of felt like it got away from him. It was a lot of ISO ball with Devin Booker, like you said, and like the Suns got here not by having Devin Booker put the team on his back and drop 40. They got there by like having everybody contribute, and they just got away from it. When the Suns kind of made a comeback against the Bucks, that run in the third quarter, it was when Chris Paul started running and initiating the offense again. I just thought Chris Paul didn't have the ball in his hands enough tonight. I thought it was just too much Devin Booker ISO. And it's not like Devin Booker was bad. He shot over 50%. He scored 40 points. He was plus 12. He was very good. Chris Paul had some bad turnovers, but I just thought Chris Paul should have been running and initiating the offense more, maybe getting Devin Booker some of mid-range J's instead of having him just dribble, then ISO. It just felt like he was dribbling too much and Booker had the ball in his hands too much. But I got to credit the Bucks. All 3 guys finally showed up. It's the Drew Holiday game, and he had that massive steal, rip the ball from Booker, and then the oop to Giannis. That's an iconic play. I'm sure all Bucks fans are never going to forget that play. That, and then I think last game, the block on Ayton for Giannis to seal it. They've had some iconic plays in this finals, which is exciting for him. That's fun. But Drew Holiday's finally shown up, 12 of 20. We were waiting for it. We were saying if the Bucks could ever get all 3 guys going at once, they'd be incredibly difficult to beat. And they showed it tonight because Yeah, the Suns kind of got away from their offense, but they didn't play bad. They still put up 119. They played a good game. They were really humming in the first half. Uh, Everybody shot above 50%, which is absolutely crazy. So it's wild that the Suns lost this game, but like the Bucks are incredibly difficult if all three guys show up. You kind of assume Giannis is going to show up, and then it's a coin flip between Middleton and Holiday. Holiday's defense is always going to be good, but is he going to be good offensively? But when you get both guys on the road, they're incredibly hard to beat. They're pretty much unstoppable. So like kudos to the Bucks, and I would assume that they close it out in 6 in Milwaukee. I predicted Suns in 6, but I was rooting for the Bucks, so I'm happy to be wrong here. I'm happy that the Bucks get the win, and I'm assuming the Bucks will close out in 6. Do you think the Suns have the mental fortitude to regroup and go steal one in Milwaukee to keep their season alive?
No, I mean, I would say it's a wrap. I don't think the Bucks have or the Suns had the mental fortitude to get on a plane. I don't think Giannis wants to get on an airplane and go back to Phoenix. So I would say, I mean, it's a wrap. Is really what I'm looking at.
I would agree completely. Game 6, I thought was always going to be the Bucks. Like if the Suns won, I thought the Bucks were going to push it to 7 at home. But now it's with the Bucks winning Game 5. I don't see any real way the Suns go out there and win Game 6. They got 40 points from Devin Booker the last 2 games, lost both of them. Chris Paul, he was much better today. Ayton had 20 and 10. Like they played really good basketball and they still lost. Like I don't see how they go on the road. I would be incredibly shocked if they go on the road and push this series to 7. But who knows? They're in the finals for a reason. But like Milwaukee was tested throughout the whole playoff run. Everything's kind of gone Phoenix's way. They've never really been backs against the wall. I don't think they've had a single elimination game yet. This will be their first one, Game 6 of the finals. So I don't see any way they turn it around. I think Giannis gets his first championship. Same with Drew and Middleton, and they come back next year as to defend their championship. I really don't see it playing out any other way. Um, you got any closing thoughts heading into Game 6? Like, if you're the Suns, is there anything that you can like lean on for encouragement at all?
No, I mean, what do you just play the game you played tonight? If you can play the game you played tonight and not do the stupid shit like the fouls and some of the turnovers, it's really, I mean, you have a shot. I mean, they got a shot. It's weird that this coaching gap that I spoke of so early, it feels like the coaching gap it's not as far. It looks like the Bucks have made after games 1 and 2, they made all the adjustments, and it's kind of watching Monty Williams' ship just kind of sink, and he hasn't really done anything in the past 3 games. It's weird they've went the opposite of what they've done all year, and but now backs against the wall. They're gonna need heroic efforts. They're gonna need the same. I would just say the same out of Devin Booker. I mean, you're gonna need 30 out of Chris Paul. You're gonna need some guys to step up. You're gonna need maybe a legendary Jay Crowder game. Maybe he can fire out 7 of 7 from 3. I don't know. They're gonna need. I just know that crowd's gonna be roaring in Milwaukee. Like Giannis is gonna want to close this thing out. He doesn't want to. I don't think he wants to play another game of basketball. I think he wants to hit the offseason, take that championship trophy, and really kind of cement his early legacy. He's so young that it's like he has so much more to go, and he's in great position to get a ring.
Yeah, I agree with everything. I'm glad you brought the coaching point up because like we've been pretty critical on Bud, but like he's done a good job. He's closed the gap and he's made great adjustments, and the Bucks are humming. Uh, I just don't see the Suns winning at all. It reminds me when the Spurs blew that Game 6 against Miami. Like they played well in Game 7, but I didn't see like heading into that game. I saw no way they could actually win, and I feel the same way with the Suns team right now. But I think that's all our thoughts that we have for this. It's going to be fun. Let's see if Milwaukee can win their first NBA championship Tuesday night. Thanks again to all of y'all for listening. As always, please like and subscribe. Comment if you have any suggestions. We would love to hear your opinion. Spotify link will be posted in the description. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.